Yes, welcome to the next class of electrochemistry. Today, we will talk about variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. Conductivity always decreases with decrease in concentration, whether it is for weak electrolyte or for strong electrolyte. This is because number of ions per unit volume that carry the current in the solution decreases on dilution. If we talk about molar conductivity, it increases with decrease in concentration. This is because the total volume of the solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte increases. Variation of molar conductivity with concentration, it is given by this expression lambda mc is equal to lambda m naught minus a root c. This is Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. Here lambda mc is the molar conductivity at any concentration. Lambda m naught is molar conductivity at infinite dilution, C is concentration, and A is a constant depending upon the nature of electrolyte. Let us first talk for a weak electrolyte. For a weak electrolyte, molar conductivity increases with dilution. You can see the same trend in the graph also. Here, molar conductivity increases because weak electrolytes are partially dissociated, but on dilution, degree of dissociation increases. So, number of ions will increase. So, that's why molar conductivity will increase. We can also calculate degree of dissociation from here. Degree of dissociation alpha will be lambda mc upon lambda m naught. And if you are able to calculate alpha, you can also calculate dissociation constant Ka. Now for a strong electrolyte, there is not much increase in the molar conductance on dilution. This is because strong electrolytes are completely ionized. So on dilution, there will be no change in the number of ions. Only change will be increase in the mobility of ions. Because in concentrated solution, there are strong forces of attraction between the ions of opposite charge. Whereas with dilution, the ions become far apart, so these interionic forces decrease. That's why mobility of ions increase, resulting in the increase in molar conductance. You can also see from the graph that by extrapolating the curve, you can also calculate molar conductance at infinite dilution. But the same value cannot be calculated graphically for a weak electrolyte. To calculate molar conductance at infinite dilution, Colrausch gave us a law known as Colrausch law. This law states that limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the individual contribution of all the ions of an electrolyte. For example, for NaCl, you may write molar conductivity of NaCl will be equal to ionic conductivity of sodium ions plus ionic conductivity of chloride ions. Similarly, for Al2SO4 whole thrice, it will be equal to molar conductivity of aluminium ions multiplied by 2 as it will furnish 2 aluminium ions plus ionic conductivity of sulfate ions multiplied by 3. This Colroche law is very important because it has many applications. First and the most important application is it helps us to calculate the molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte. For example, if you are to calculate the molar conductivity of CH3COOH, that is acetic acid, then this is a weak electrolyte. To calculate the molar conductivity of ethanoic acid, acetic acid, you can take the help of three strong electrolytes, that is sodium acetate, HCl and NaCl. Now, molar conductivity of ethanoic acid will be equal to ionic conductivity of ethanoate ion plus ionic conductivity of H ions. Contribution of ethanoate ion you can take from sodium acetate, where molar conductivity of sodium acetate will be equal to ionic conductivity of acetate ions plus ionic conductivity of sodium ions. For H ions, you can take the help of HCl. Molar conductivity of HCl will be equal to ionic conductivity of H ions plus ionic conductivity of chloride ions. If you take the sum total of the molar conductivities of sodium acetate and HCl, you will get the sum total of acetate ion, sodium ions, hydrogen ions and chloride ions. From this sum, if you subtract the molar conductivity of NaCl, then you can get the molar conductivity of ethanoic acid. Means by simply adding and subtracting the molar conductivities of different electrolytes, you can calculate the molar conductivity of any weak electrolyte. Then, as you have seen earlier, you can also calculate the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte. Formula we had done earlier was alpha equals to lambda mc upon lambda m naught. And from alpha, you can also calculate the dissociation constant of weak electrolytes. Then, the fourth application is you can calculate the solubility product of a sparingly soluble salts. Formula of molar conductivity you have already read. It is kappa into 1000 upon molarity. Instead of molarity, you can write solubility. So from here, you can get solubility in moles per liter of a sparingly soluble salts. Now here are some questions for you. First is you have to suggest a way to determine the lambda m naught value of water. Water, H2O. This is also a weak electrolyte. So you will have to take H ions and OH ions from some strong electrolytes. Right? I have given you a hint. Answer you will have to write yourself. Next is a numerical. The conductivity of 0.001028 moles per liter acetic acid is 4.95 into 10 raised to power minus 5 Siemens centimeter inverse. Calculate its dissociation constant if lambda m naught for acetic acid is given to you. So first of all, you will calculate molar conductivity using the relation kappa upon C. Lambda m naught is given to you, lambda mc you have calculated. So then you can calculate alpha and then Ka. Again I am telling you to do practice of maximum number of numerical from any book which is available with you. And still if you have any difficulty, please ask me on my personal WhatsApp number